Hello everyone, welcome back to this segment of Conversations with Young Entrepreneurs, a place where we usually sit, talk to ordinary people that are making small strides in business and see what we can learn from them, but also how we can grow together as young entrepreneurs. It's been a while since we last did the last segment, but that is simply because of COVID. After the end of the last segment, a couple of friends of mine lost their loved ones. Every day someone was losing a person that was dear to them, and I did not see it fit to continue the interviews. And so I chose to pause them and grieve and mourn with my friends that were grieving and mourning. But now that things are relatively back to normal, we are back to having our conversations. And if you've been an ardent follower, well done, and thank you for being back again. If this is your first time, just a snippet of what this is. This is mere conversations with young people in business. Every day there are talks like this, but it's usually with super successful people who talk about amounts of money that we cannot identify with. And so this is specifically with everyday people like you and I stepping out in business and taking small strides and seeing what can happen. And as you listen, I hope you are inspired to also step out or to also start something, but also to support the people that we usually interview so that we can grow together. And today we have a wonderful guest. I'm excited about today's segment, and I will let her introduce herself and what she does.
Hello, I'm Komhendo Jennifer. I run an online business dealing in beddings, the duvets, bed covers, pillows, mosquito nets, toilet rack organizers, the inflatable seaters, the mattress protectors, and many more.
Okay. The reason I had you here is because I have seen some of your work. And there are things in this city that we do not know exist. Some of us, our beds just have the blanket and the bed sheets and maybe a pillow, and that is it. But I've seen some of your work, and it's like a magazine setting, a bedroom, and the bed is like, things that we see in movies or in magazines. And these things are in Kampala, but just because some of us don't know about them. And I was excited when I saw you and I saw what you do. And I asked myself, of course, how did you get there? Is it something, is it something you did? How long have you done this? Was it the first thing you began to do? Were you doing something else and got into it? Just for people to know, how did you get into this thing? Exciting as it is, beautiful as it is, how did you get into it?
Joseph, I'm so glad that you saw my work and you liked it, and you had to call me here for an interview. Maybe I can inspire somebody out there. So, interior designing for the bedroom and the bathroom is something I grew up loving and wanting to do, and make a bed look more cozy, more comfortable, because this is the place you need to rest in after a long day. So it has to look really beautiful, really classy, and really cozy. This is the business I started way back in 2016. Well, I didn't just start, I was employed. I was working, but I really love to be self-employed. So I had to save, not too much. I saved a little by little and started an online business for selling these beddings. So this is how I started. I went downtown to get myself a very nice duvet, of which I got. I put it on my bed. It was looking very beautiful. I took pictures of it, I shared with friends, I put on my status. Everyone was asking, if I need that, where can I get it from? And I was like, well, I can get it for you. So from there, I started my online business. So the very first people that bought from me, they were my friends. So the friends kept on referring other people, and that's how the business grew to this stage where it is now.
Well, every time I talk to entrepreneurs, I'm always intrigued at how they start. And for you, it was a desire to do your own bedroom, and then you did it and posted pictures and friends liked it, and then they began to ask how to get, their bedrooms look like yours, and then you began to get stuff for them, and that's how you begin to grow. And for me, that's inspiring, because some people always wonder, how do I start? I have a little bit of savings, I have a little bit of capital, how do I start? And so for you, it was starting by designing your own bedroom, but also taking pictures for others to see, and then it picked up from there. And you said you were working, saving, and then you started out. And that represents quite a number of people. There are many people that, are working, but they want to start, and they don't know, how do I start? When do I start? But also importantly, I now know that you are fully, self-employed. The transition of how and when do I move from my job into my own business? First of all, how do I manage to run my own business when I'm still working? And then also, how do I transition from where I'm working into my own business? That's something I think that very many people would love to hear and pick up on.
Now, somebody out there, you could be employed, you don't even know where to start doing your own business or getting self-employed. Well, this is how I started. I was working at a hotel as a cashier, but I was working so hard. I could work day and night shift, and I only get one day off, and that was quite hectic for me. But I had to persevere because I was saving so that afterwards I'll have something for my own and I'll be my own boss. Well, it wasn't easy because I was torn between the two, leaving my place of work and starting my own business, and staying so that I save more and start something bigger. Then I was like, no, I have to start no matter what. Each day I got my off day, I would go to town, get the items and deliver to my clients. So as time went on, I had to get a girl to work for me on the days when I'm at work, yet I have clients to be attended to. So I got a girl, thank God she was trustworthy. She could do my deliveries when I'm always at work. So that's how you can do your own business as well as remain at the place of work. So once it picks up, you can resign and you continue with your business.
That's inspiring. I think there's a lot to pick from there, because like I've said, I talk to so many people that are still employed and they want to step out and they don't know how. And so you said you were working day and night, both shifts day and night, and you only had one day off. And that one day off is what you used to take advantage of and go down and shop your stuff and then also do deliveries. But also you used to ask other people to, the lady that you talked about, to help you to do deliveries when you were at home or at work. But I'm interested in knowing, for me, one of the biggest things I think is also capital. So how were you able to save? Was it a huge salary that you could save, 100,000 off every month or 200,000 off every month? But even whatever saving that was, when you started, how have you been able to increase your business to where it is right now? How have you been able to increase your capital base to where it is? Because also, on top of starting, some people don't know how to increase. Someone does something, they sell, they get profits. Either they use the profits, whatever it is, but they need to know, how do I move to the next level? How do I increase my capital base? Also, are you working alone? Do you work with other people? How does that work? Do you run everything by yourself? These are things that someone would love to know to help them grow. Maybe they have started something and they need to know, how do I now grow? How do I expand?
Well, you don't need a lot of money to start a business. You can start a business with a little money you have. Now, for example, I started with a savings of 140,000. So I could go, I get a duvet, maybe by then they were like at 65. I go, I sell it, and when I get a profit, I don't use it for any other thing. I reinvest until I could get capital over 500,000. But I was working still as well as doing the business. So I saved, when I saved 500,000, I said, well, I can start with this. So I had to go get the stuff, take pictures, advertise. I get my clients on Facebook. I advertise in different groups. I advertise in different groups on WhatsApp, on my status, Facebook story. When I get a client, I have trustworthy and people I can count on, my suppliers. They are very good. Even if I don't have money, they can still give me the stuff. I go sell, then I bring back the money. So sometimes you can get a client, they want items worth 500,000, 800,000, even 1 million. And when you don't have it in cash to go and purchase, then a resale, then you can pick the items from the supplier, go sell, then come back with the money. So in this business, you need to be trusted. You have to be trustworthy. So when a supplier gives you items on credit, you go sell, make sure you come back and pay for the items you took. So building trust between you and your supplier is very, very important, because you might get a client, they want items worth like 2 million, because you can get a hotel, they want you to supply them with duvets or bed sheets or mosquito nets. So when your supplier trusts you, you have that trust between you and your supplier. They can give you the items, you go sell, get your profit, then come back and pay your supplier.
Thank you for sharing your story with us. It's quite inspiring. Every time I have done these interviews, I've learned a couple of things from the different people that we have interviewed. And from today's story, I've learned a couple of things. One, you don't need a lot of money to start out. Jennifer says she was earning 150 and a bit of commissions here and there, and somehow she was able to save little by little and started. And when she started with something quite small for 1 or 2 duvets. And the one thing that has kept her increasing and growing is her trustworthiness, the fact that she has built enough credit worth, she's credit worth, that now her clients can even, her customers can supply without her paying. I think it takes time and honesty and integrity to be able to build that, where sometimes finances can even fail. But I've also learned from you, you know, that the aspect of being, of doing what you like. You said you always had a desire to design bedrooms, and you started with yours particularly. And there's just something, someone wonders, what do I start with? And I can ask, what is your interest? What are you excited about? What gets you happy? Is there a way that you can translate that thing into money? And we have the power of social media, which I also see. Like Jennifer, she did her own bedroom and then took pictures, put them on social media, and her friends began calling. And so I think internet has made it easy, a bit easier to do business. And so what is it that you like doing? Take pictures of it, put it online. You never know who is watching, and maybe the phone calls will start coming as they did for you. And now your business has grown and it has increased. And just 2 things. One, if someone else is starting, someone else, or they already started, what, maybe 1 or 2 words of advice that you can give them, but also if you can just explain to us a little bit in detail about the different items that you do. The unique thing about today's show is that Jennifer, the items Jennifer does are quite big, so she will not be able to carry them. But as she describes them, the camera will be running and you'll be able to see the pictures. I said Moses because the person behind the camera is called Moses. So he'll be showcasing the pictures as Jennifer explains these things. So please tell us 2 things. 1, advice for someone that wants to start out, but 2, explain a little bit of the things that you do.
So a word or 2 for somebody out there who wants to start a business. Don't wait for huge amount of money to start. You can start with the little you have. Then another thing, you must be trustworthy. You must be honest and patient. Because sometimes online business, you may take a day or 3 or even 4 or even a week without making a sale. But never give up. Keep advertising. You don't know who is watching. Maybe one day they will come and buy. So I design bedrooms. For example, we have the 12-piece duvet set, which has more items like 4 pillow covers, the 2 bed sheets, the indoor sandals, the cushions, the neck roll. Then for the bathroom, we have the bathroom mats. You hear people, they have slipped off in the bathroom and they have died. We have non-slip bathroom mats. They are so good. They come in a 3-piece. Then we also have center rugs for the living room. They are so beautiful. They are very colorful. They come in different colors and in different sizes. I also have bedside rugs. So nice. They would make your bedroom look so classy and beautiful and nice. Then for the balconies, I have inflatable sitters. They are so good for balconies. If you're wondering of which chairs to use on your balcony, come to me. I have the inflatable sitters. They are very good. Yeah. Then for the mosquito nets, we have different types, different kinds. The ones they screw on the ceiling, the ones they screw on the wall, the ones they set up manually with poles, the ones they dress on the beds with poles. Anything concerning the bedroom, I have it all.
I hope you have enjoyed listening to Jennifer like I did. And I hope, like, the purpose of these things, one of the purposes is to inspire. And so I hope someone there who is employed and has always been wondering, how do I start? I have a full-time job, or I have a job that does not pay me very much. How do I start? I hope Jennifer's story has inspired you to believe that you can actually start. What do I start? What she started with, the power of social media. I hope you can pick a few things to start. But also the second thing that we said is to help people that, to grow together as young entrepreneurs. Jennifer has listed the things that she does and they look beautiful. And I can assure you, they don't only look beautiful in the pictures, but in real life, they really do look good. And so, let's support, let's get behind her. If you need to pick something, need to redesign your bedroom, a description of her page is on this thing, so you can just reach out to her on her page. And let's grow together. Let's support young entrepreneurs and grow together. But thank you for your time, and until the next conversation.